Alright. We're back on. And I still forgot. Jesus. Alright. We're back on. And I still forgot. Alright. And mute the stream. I'm just the greatest streamer that ever existed. Please click. Alright. I'm gonna get right to it. Actually no, I'm not gonna get right to it. Let me explain a few things. I first want to say that I postponed the stream because I had a little bit of a special day at school, so a little special day. And now I'm gonna get into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is a story we've heard before. Welcome back! Nice, I got achievements just like that. I'm not gonna have to pay attention if there is someone in the chat.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Right. What we're doing is the new content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Yes. Exciting.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2? Two.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Testing 2 printers at the same time. Well, did that go well? 427. I'm gonna have to remember that. 427. Then there's already again. Welcome, Investor Showcase.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I'm very excited that that toys first. 2. 4, 2, 3, 2. I don't know how to say that. Yeah. Okay. Off painted. What? What's this supposed to be? Alright. So it's a consistent theme? Are you gonna narrate anymore, or did you expect me to go through this faster? Crow! Like the company, crows. Meeting at 2 p.m. I can't read that. No, I can. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Really? The lyrics? Oh, sequel ideas. Showing the... I can't read that. They're back. 2 doors. Stanley Parable. 2. One plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is... Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Win-win. You're really pushing this 2 narrative. Brick and mortar approach and find color red. Leverage holistic value. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. It's the plant! It's the plant, I remember that plant. It's a very important plant. If anyone's watching this right now, well, the VOD, because there's nobody here with me, does anyone remember the plant? Because I remember the plant. It's very important to me. I remember this plant. I will never forget this plant. I'm beginning to feel this is just a thanks for attending MP meeting. These are all the different ideas for like logos. That's really fun. I really like it. I really like it. I like the ideas that are being put out here. 2 Stanleys?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Scrum? What does Scrum mean? What does Scrum mean? I really like this. I really like this. I really like this. I'm gonna have to remember this specifically, because I need to recreate it. Honestly, I need this to be my first tattoo. It's just, I have connected with this creature on this board. It's crazy. Seriously, what the hell is Scrum? Is that Scrum? I'm gonna call him Scrum. That's amazing. I will remember Scrum for the rest of my life. I still can't read. It's too small. I wish I could zoom in. No liquids. Eat. Oh my god, I'm eating. Feast on hope. Oh. Reject the prison of uncle? Does that say uncle? Uncle. Is that a V or an M? Trying to. Uncle Manger? Uncle. I can't see what it says. Give me a sec. Uncle. Hunger? Do not trust your path. Remember to eat. Eat. Better dead than hungry. Feast on hope. Reject the prison of Uncle Hunger. Why Uncle Hunger? That's weird, right? I'm sorry I'm getting so stuck on the details. But it's so... crap, dude. Cool. Here's the printer thing again. Testing two printers at the same time. Sequels are good. I don't think they've used a blue marker yet. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Arguable Return of Jafar. I've seen it. Was lower quality. I don't think I really paid attention to the story. The Stanley Parable is a prequel to Stanley Parable 2. Sequel to the Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2. The sequel to the Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2. Is the sequel to the Stanley Parable. The prequel to the Stanley Parable 2. Yeah. 2. But this is... I just want to say I really appreciate like all these ideas that are just like littered here as like it's just things you can look at. This way to the show floor. What's this? Nothing. Moving as at 2 p.m. Maybe I can see this clearer. 2 trees new. Wait. No. 2 times new in Roman. Oh, it's different fonts of 2. New features. New content. Bus. Do. I'm so detail-oriented. One child. Or maybe it's like not child under 1. I don't know exactly what that's saying. Yam City Man. New content. Can I get the new content? New features. You. Expo Hall 2. Whoa. Whoa. This is a big room. And now I'm trapped.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. I don't know if I want to be exposed like that. New content, part 2. The compendium. What is that depicting? Oh, it's like a coffee mug and a chair. And then that? I don't know what that is. Not even what that is either. Oh god. What is that? Why is it? What? Nope, no, we're not going near that yet. Stanley Parable. There's Stanley. Stanley Parable to reassurance bucket. Sure. Is this like? Can you clove Stanley? I saw their new content. QR code. Let me just quickly scan that with my phone. I'm gonna see where that takes me. Welcome to the official Okay, I'm reading from. I'm saying, welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. A sequel, huh? Watch for help for an informative video to learn more about the Stanley Parable and what the journey of becoming a sequel is all about. And then there's a YouTube link. That's new, in quotes. If you're more of a prequel sort of person, check out the Stanley Parable. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the exhibit. Join the Crows Discord or follow us on Twitter. I'll look into that later, and if anyone wants to look into that, you can scan the QR code. It's right on screen. This t-shirt is the best new feature. This end is never the end again. Damn, it's cool. Oh, what should I check out next? Enjoy the new features. Please, no screenshots. A whole new office with a very detailed rug. Red is the new orange. Was it orange before? Improvements. The work was put in, reaped the results. New updated ray traced. The new updated ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way, sequel to the okay, it just cuts out. Ray traced, I don't know what that means. New features, new content, new ideas. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. Yep, the baby is all grown up. The button that says the name of the player in the game. Jump circle. Jump circle! Infinite hole. Infinite hole? Please, no screenshots. Office decoration, infinite hole, Stanley Parable Returns bucket. Maybe I should check out the button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. I'm not excited. What the hell is this? Was this supposed to be?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I think that's something I should not do right now.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Name, here's yours today. Everyone's got one. They sure do. What does that say? So small. I'm nervous. Okay.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the
thought it
final
said
game,
Kim.
this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Yeah.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I'm ready to be Jim.
Jim.
Whoa!
Yes, you see?
Said
What
my
a
name.
thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
I'm good.
Jim.
Oh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Too much Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
No, no,
Otherwise,
come on.
soon you'll
Jim,
start to lose
Jim,
all sense
Jim,
of who you
Jim,
actually
Jim.
are.
Come on.
Jim.
What the Jim? Wait, my name's not Jim. Oh well. Alright.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Oh. Strange. Maybe I'll... Oh. Drop frames. The button that says Jim. Free new and easy achievement. Can't believe it's that simple. Infinite hole. Settings world champion. Free achievement. Did I have anything? I had this left down there. Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well.
Can you...
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Come on. Just fill me up with some more jumps. No jumps remaining. Player. Tears. Kinda wanna get a new achievement. Look at him, he's so happy. Seems kinda scammy. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the other thing first. No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Well, 12th birthday? I don't think anyone working in an office is 12. Unless they're like a father and they're like preparing, I guess that was it, huh? They're preparing like a, wait, hey, was I allowed out, or, hey, oh, that wasn't there before, was it? Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Stepnies. It's tough. Like I said before, yeah, and it still stands because... But why would that be in an office? Get well someday too, wouldn't really fit. None of them really fit. The get well someday, it's very simplistic, it's very nice. The heart isn't exactly perfect heart shape, like someone drew it on with a marker. That red marker that we saw before. But happy 12th birthday, Stepnies. It's very poppy. It really stands out. I think it might be like a little distracting actually. So I think, even though yeah, the design is nice, it's too distracting. It's making...
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece, it is.
God damn it. I've been played. Wait, my day
Or actually,
switched.
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Alright. Indecisive much. Who's... Oh, right. What's her name? Jump circle this man future. Abundance is the name of the player that is playing the game. Wrong. It's Abundance's gem. Merch. Settings. World Champion. Stanley Parable. Reassurance Bucket. Office Decoration. Epilogue. Collectibles. Infinite Hole. Exit. Exit. Seems a bit too open. There's something... Right, I haven't touched the bucket. shut. I'm remembering epilogue, right? Is there something I could do here? This is just a room. This is epilogue. You heard Jim in the game. Settings world champion. Okay, I guess I can't see the settings world champion. Kind of disappointed. Collectibles. Oh, it's just so big. Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What is this? Okay. 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 Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Alright. Exit collectibles gem circle. Welcome to the showcase. Investor Showcase, the magazine. This year's host investment opportunities. Sequels. What's... I don't know what this is. Right, what haven't I done yet? Achievement, bucket, hole. I think I'll get the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
You just laughed at me. I don't think you're serious about this bucket thing. I mean, how could you? It's a bucket. You've never been one for unconventional means.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
It's a bucket. Maybe I'll be leading to the settings world championship with my bucket. Sure hope so. Nope, still closed. Why is it closed? Interesting. That's new. Achievement or whatever this is. Achievement, I guess. Pull the lever, receive a new achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Why is it so sketchy? Oh. That's why it's so sketchy. What does that say? Jeez. I don't know if I want to pull that lever. It might break something.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers? Hold me, please. All right. This is still super sketchy. Why is there's a place you can go to?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Infinite hole. Already been there. Concrete contemplations. Plain reinforced. Pre-stressed. Precast. Right weight. Sag of G? C? Bag of C. Smart polymer. The holy moly. How deep can we dig? Is that what this is? How deep can we dig? Time, depth, time like infinity, whole like infinity, space like infinity, distant space-time, falling, distant future, distant space-time, distant time deeper. What is this supposed to mean? Jeez, I'm an aesthetics person. I don't understand math. Opening, rim, depth, infinite, surrounding area. Whole entrance, infinity. Infinite hole chart. Hole, depth, space, more hole, infinity, falling. What? Science, more. Educational use only. It just keeps going. It's a lot of layers.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Can you really fall forever? Why can't I go down there? What are you hiding? How do you get there? Why is there seats? So many questions. I'm not falling down there. I have things to check out up here still, like the exit. Plus, it's probably an ending, right? The infinite hole ending where you fall infinitely. Stanley, did you fall down the hole, you idiot? Stanley, you weren't supposed to go in the hole. That's a prototype. That's what it's gonna sound like. I still don't understand what that is. Oh, it's like a coffee stain.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Move on. What? I've never seen. That's really powerful. It's very striking. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I
check
mean, there's
it out?
potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Alright.
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
It's different.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Oh my god. This is the surrealism I need. I love it. I just want to stare at this forever. My art brain has latched on to this. Is it gonna repeat? Is it gonna open the door and it's gonna be like a repeat? Oh my god, it is. Right? Right? Is it? It's strange. Wait a sec. That was knocked down before, right? Am I really looking at the same thing? I don't think I am. Maybe it goes for 2 and then it repeats. No, this is different. Right, it started with door like that. Okay, so now it repeated. Let's check the settings. Presentation. Controller. I don't have a controller. Camera sensitivity. Let's turn that down because why is it so? Oh, it's supposed to be dark. Main volume narrator. Yes. That's what I was talking about. My earlier stream. The one before this. Space for jump. But it doesn't show crouch. Isn't that strange? Because that's a thing you can do all the time. The jump is on here. Oh, I like it. I don't like it. Let's begin again.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
That was new.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
That was new. I want to say that was new. There were instructions on the screen. Should I do them? Or should I try to explore this place first? I think I'm gonna do them. So what I'm gonna do, I need to check. I need to go back into my live. Isn't that crazy? My own live. I'm gonna check what it was. What the orders were on the computer. Oh, I can barely read it. Oh god. Where press. Okay, let's see. Give me a second. God, it's so bad quality. Escape. Escape for... I can't read what it says. Alright, we'll have to do that in the video, not the stream thing. Wasn't it free?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why is that different? Why is that a different type of computer than the rest? It's like Stanley's computer, right? It's like that one. This wasn't here before, right? The bucket! I don't know if I want to grab the bucket. I know it's like an emotional support bucket, but like I don't think I really need it.
Stanley
Okay,
picked
I'll
up
take
the bucket.
Even there, it's when I pick up the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The little animation on the bucket, look at that. My emotional support bucket, gotta love it.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh my god. You can't do me like this, because I can grab the friggin' bucket.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Oh my god.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Oh my
You
god.
can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Yeah.
Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
If
Expand
you-
on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
We-
Go through each of them point by point.
I
Share your
liked-
journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years.
years.
Let him have it.
Well, it's not been years. I don't have that much of a deep connection to the bucket.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all
Wait,
your
wait,
meandering
wait,
philosophical
wait.
diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Hold on. Property of Stanley? Are you
All right,
saying...
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, You can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
No, but like, as I was saying, property of Stanley? Aren't we friends? Aren't
You know
we
what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I forgot to unpause. Give me a sec. There we go. Now I've got accessories on my bucket. Smells like I'm gonna get out of bed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Oh.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Nice.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yes. Yes. Oh, there's
Another
one.
miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That's nice. It's easy to find, too. I mean, they're basically only a few minutes from each other.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I like the new voice lines for the bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Jeez.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Seems like being.
Was the
you
bucket
like
under
this
the
bucket.
mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
It seems like you like the bucket more. Than
No!
me.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Jeez.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Wait.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Oh,
Was
God.
Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, or go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. No, my bucket! God damn it, you set up this whole story about this bucket and you don't even...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Figurine finders committee meeting today in the meeting room. Oh wow. There's my bucket. Meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, trust a completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something would happen? This investigation, this room, they felt pointless, to be honest. Weird spinning figurines. Artist rendering. Employee free. Why floating? Magnets? Training exercise by Maragarin? Management? Training exercise by management? Dreams? Magic? Or quarterfly success? Ideas? Why do they kinda look like 427? Should we make them employees, interns? Yes, maybe? What do they want? Money, stock options, or data? Employee 421 building a bridge. Saw one in cargo room. Do we need contacts for them? Be a potential liability. Bonus stuff. What we know, what we don't know yet, what we forgot. Can we sell them? Obviously. More money if sold together. How many are there? 6. Cross-oxide wave energizers, resources. Agenda. How can you tell if you spot them? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Fig leaves are hard to find. Focused by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Thank you, good luck. 421. No, 416. Hold on. I'm going in the bottom text. What we know, small arms appear across the when energized to ensure retrieval. There may be many questions. There was no memo from management. Maybe we are the collectible. Shut the frick up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to a regular office ambiances or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic. A microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of this strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looks to be reverberance of porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Source of levitation? Why are you looking like that though? Difficult findings. Oh my god. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past vents. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. What? Chris? Who's Chris? Shh. What does this mean? No bucket. Red, blue. No bucket. Okay. We need more planks. Red, blue. That's in the right path. Place of search. Inside a sequel exhibit. Nearby a fireplace. Private but smelly place for an important person. Okay. Is this something kind of game? There must be a point to this. Okay. Large room, lots of boxes. Okay, I know that one. Stairs, something to do with stairs. Some are both red and blue. Okay, looks like 427, haha. 5, there be, just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies, who are you? 666, lol. There will be cleaning up of this wall required. I want to go home. I want them so much. Stop kidding yourselves. To do. Oh, it's been covered up. What does that say? I don't know. Where are they? Please do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. Teamwork and communication are of great importance during this unprecedented time of investigation. Thank you. Help. I'm a post-it. See clues, my clue, JPEG. That's a file name. I'm just gonna take a picture of that real quick so I can remember it. There we go. Now something with stairs. These are stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Downstairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Under the stairs, there it is.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Figley's was the name on the presentation. Let's see. Yeah, I remember this. I'm not doing that ending. I'll have to restart to get to the yes, that one. Begin the game again. Red and blue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No bucket, red, blue. Then the bridge thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm just gonna skip through to
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, right, this is the room full of boxes. There it is. Oh. What am I supposed to do when I get it? I can't get back. Ooh. Well, the bridge is already built for me, isn't that great?
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlarines. None of us can.
But now I'm stuck here. Oh, I've never seen this before. Loading dock. Maybe there's some way I can get down safely. Nope, there's no way. Jeez.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I technically wouldn't have died.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
416. Forgot about that for a sec. 416, where's 416 bucket 2016. $416? Or was it 21? Maybe I did have it right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
That's what the sign was for, all the sign.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Here it is. The last figurine.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Alright. So this is what was here this whole time. I'm gonna go to the meeting room and see if anything's changed there. Where's the balloons? Where's the balloons? No, hold on. Where's the narration? What is going on? I don't like this.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Things didn't go well last time we were here. Do you really wanna... Stanley found the collectibles. Same as always. Not this though.
Here's where it all began. The
Yes.
first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
But this... What is this? Oh. Oh no. That's not gonna be good, is it? Going over the amount.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh dear. Boss's office.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was boss's office. What if I said wrong?
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
What? Is that scientific?
Let's see, what came next?
Not this. What? What's this?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
What?
Oh
No,
well,
we
I
didn't.
can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's
No.
here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No, it did not happen. Oh God. This isn't good, is it? Pink room. Oh no. Yes. Here.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
How you found it? Oh my God. It's so low quality. Is this a slideshow? What is this? Oh my God.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Jesus.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. That's a reflection, isn't it? Oh, God. You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Oh. Come on, man. You can't keep holding on to the past like this.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I'm just getting so many figurines. I'm getting more than I should. Oh.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yeah, I remember the video.
Yes, I love that video.
Buddy. These figurines? This... I still don't trust this place.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
I don't trust this room. Why is there just an apple? What the... What's that? Is it just black?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Isn't this a reward? Getting to do it again? I don't know, this just seems... There's nothing here. Good thing.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Wait a sec.
Keep going.
Wait, but the writing on the wall... There's supposed to be writing on the wall. Something about rich, being rich. Oh, God.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Exit. Collect them all. I remember, yeah. Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, yep, uh-huh.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally
What?
sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Oh no. Rosy filter, you say? Oh, this definitely is a filter.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Which delete? Okay.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay,
You're not
here we go.
tiring me.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
You're not just giving me one more run. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, you can't do this to me. This is not the
All of his
office.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The whiteboard dog mode. Dog mode. I'm dog.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Well done, the whiteboard ending. Dog mode. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should I? What should I do? What should I do?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office Hoping he might find... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is this really gonna play on like normal?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is still in the memory zone, right? This is different. Moony in the morning, Moony in the evening. Oh, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Is that a reference to something? Sorry, I'm too young for that. I remember this. This is from the demo. I wonder if it'll actually take me now. That's what I thought. I am the expensive boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
It goes. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, I can't do that. I like barking.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would...
We're still...
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty.
the memory.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alright. Wait a sec. Is that the actual time? No. No. Can't be right. Anyways, I'm gonna try a thing, because I screenshotted. Whoop. I screenshotted, I cannot access my PC. Not. Oh, there they are. Weird. Let's see. How am I supposed to count milliseconds? Let me just get out a timer, because I can't really count in milliseconds. Alright. Already failed. Jeez, that's gotta be hard. I on your keyboard for spacebar. Yeah, that's jeez. And free. Yeah, that didn't that didn't do anything. Because how am I supposed to press for exactly that? There's no way. I'll have to do something else that I had to remember. Take a picture of it. What Tigran? What are you posting in my chat? Every Christmas I'm a very good boy. I put out milk and cookies for this. Wow. Wow. Danny Gonzalez lyrics in my chat. This is unacceptable behavior. I'm gonna go back into my files. Let's see. There was this one thing. This C thing. C/ clues / my space clue dot JPEG. I didn't spell it wrong. Maybe I should search for it. Meanwhile, while that loads, guess I'll look around.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
That's new dialogue. Meeting room. Meeting room, meeting room, meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
New dialogue, nothing new.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't want any of those endings either. I'm just trying to search for clues on my computer. It's probably dropping frames on my
his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Bucket.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Is that what the bucket sounds like? It's really funny. I can go there again, but there's no use. These balloons are
Good,
everywhere.
said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I would never unthinkingly do what the bucket asked. Are you not gonna say anything about that?
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Really?
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh my god.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
This one's hard. I'd want to get a closer look, but it doesn't allow me to step off this platform. It surely does look like a bucket, doesn't it? So I think yes. I say yes, that is a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Well, alright.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Well, it certainly looks like a bucket. Isn't it? But the other one turned out to be a hologram. It's very hard to see. Let's try again. It is?
Incorrect.
Not a bucket.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Yes, of course. But wouldn't a 3D print of a bucket be a bucket too?
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Sure looks like one. Am I just bad at identifying buckets?
Correct. This is a bucket.
By the way, Tigran, you're delayed. I want what the
Item
hell?
4. Is this a bucket?
That's a tractor.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
Are you pulling my tail? Are you gonna tell me this is a bucket?
Incorrect.
Oh my god.
This is a bucket.
That is not a bucket. Are you kidding me? Oh god.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Digran, you know the chat is delayed. I don't see. Should I just wait for your answer before? Oh jeez, it looks like a bucket. I'm going with my gut.
Trick question.
What the hell?
Both. Gotcha.
Both? What do you mean both? What was the other option?
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It's not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think?
Is everything
Answer
a
me
bucket?
straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Of course not everything is a bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Oh my god.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
You're not a
I'm afraid the
bucket.
bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
Jesus, Jones,
But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no, don't raise my bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Oh
Wait,
my god.
was
you didn't
everything a
tell me.
bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. My God, I had no idea.
Jesus.
How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you,
Yes.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I'm not a
No,
bucket.
this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
We're not buckets.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what,
Well, I guess
I'll
we never had
reset
a game,
everything,
we just
and we'll
had a
put back
bucket.
all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
So everything's a bucket, eh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's not right. Why does it curve that way? Every time we go for it curves that way. Right? I'm going insane. There we go. Should we bucket it again? Or no? I've been streaming for 2 hours. I should say good night. If you enjoyed the bucket, put a bucket in the chat. I'll wait. And we'll see how long this delay is. If everything is a book, and then the sign that says no book is past this point is a lie. That is true. You're smart. Is that's a noodle box, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.